Once these bubbles stop, I'm going to consider this burped and drive it around. Hey guys, and welcome to Riggs Garage. I'm Eric, and today I'm going to show you how to burp a cooling system on a 2000 through 2005 Honda Civic with a 1.7 liter. I'm burping this system because I did a radiator and thermostat replacement. If you did either of those replacements, this video will apply to you. Also, the concept of burping a cooling system to remove air from that system, it's pretty universal throughout cars. So check out this video. Thanks for watching. If it's helpful to you, hit that like button below and subscribe to Riggs Garage. Appreciate it. But I'm running out of daylight and I wanted to show you how to burp this system. These Hondas are harder to burp, that is, get air bubbles out of the system. If there are air bubbles in the system, it will not be nearly as effective and can cause you serious problems. Now, the heater core on this car is higher up and tends to trap air. So, a couple ways to burp this. Get the front end as high as you can possible, ramps or a jack, and get it in the air so it tilts upward. The air floats upward, so that'll help you burp it. Also, there's a special funnel I'll show you now. This is a special funnel. What you can do is have a fluid level up here, and having fluid up here is going to be higher than the level of the highest point in the system. So that's going to allow bubbles to find their way to the top. As you have the engine running and the thermostat opens, bubbles will come out of here, and eventually there will be no bubbles. And I want to make sure everybody understands why we're bleeding the system. Anytime you open up the cooling system, such as replacing a hose or a thermostat or a radiator or something like that, you're going to need to do this because air bubbles were introduced to the system. Hopefully this helps somebody out there. Now I'm going to go ahead and start the car. You're going to see it start working bubbles out as that water pump starts moving fluid around. Alright, now look for leaks around the bottom. There's fluid everywhere, it's going to be hard to tell, but look for fresh leaks. Maybe put a piece of cardboard down there if you need. Both cooling fans have kicked on. That's good. Squeezing the hoses here, get stuff moving. That's just me squeezing hoses, okay? Just burping any big bubbles out that I can. See that? Lower hose. When you're burping a car, you always want to get in, make sure you're paying constant attention to this temperature gauge. I'm going to give it a little gas to help it now that it's warming up. Also, we have a new thermostat in. I put that in. What I'm going to do is I just want to warm this engine up, and I want that thermostat to open and circulate hot fluid. We're going to check the lower radiator hose to make sure it is getting hot fluid through it. Make sure that new thermostat install is doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I'm revving the engine 2,500 to 3,000, somewhere in there. Kind of like a highway drive. Just to make some heat. Also, when you're burping, I like to have the heat on. Make sure we're blowing hot air. Temperature gauge is moving, that's good. Now what I'm going to do is add more. So we have a very high column of water here. And this is going to be the very, very high point of the system to make sure we get all the air bubbles out. Again, if you don't have this funnel, I would recommend you buy one or put the car on ramps high enough so this is the highest point in the system, okay? Now what we're looking for is for the thermostat to open. This bottom hose will have hot water that goes through it, so it'll be hot. Right now it is still not hot at all compared to the top hose. They should be the equal temperature, okay? All right, I'm getting a lot more bubbles now, and this lower hose is getting hot. That is good. It's getting hotter by the second. That means the thermostat's open. Make sure we're not overheating. All good. Let's run some water through there. I'm just gonna let it sit here and idle. I'm gonna go take a quick shower and come back out in 10 minutes, check it out. Should be good to go. I'll go for a drive after this. And if that checks out, I'll put on a new radiator cap. Absolutely put a new radiator cap on, and you can send this car down the road. It's good to go. The bubbles are done. I'm just gonna plug this in. And I can empty it in my container.